Hello, gorgeous souls, and welcome to Friday Night Live with Deaquilin. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on Instagram Live. And for those of you who are watching the playback on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me and for taking time out to listen to some of the tips that I'm going to share with you in this particular video. So with that, I want to just say who I am. I am Deaquilin Williams. I'm an inner work life coach, and I'm the creator of Inner Work University. And what I do is I provide tools, tips, principles, and processes to inner work to help women heal themselves. And I use HEAL as an acronym that stands for honor, empower, accept, and love yourself. And so I love talking about inner work. Inner work is something that I've been doing for a number of years. It actually started, I'm not even going to say it actually started then. I think I've always done it, but I didn't know to call it inner work. But I remember having this book that changed my life called Healed Without Scars by David G. Evans. And prior to that, I always read books and highlighted and underlined and things like that. But that particular book changed my life, and it really helped me to go within, like really go within, to start doing some work on myself, and brought me out of a low self-worth and low self-esteem place in my life, and helped me to find my true identity. And it so happened to come in the same time that I was stepping into this new place in my life. Hi, Melanie. And so with that, that book really changed my life. And so now that's what I do. I help people, I help specifically women do exactly that: honor, empower, accept, and love themselves. And so tonight, I just wanted to share with you some inner work tools that you can access via your cell phone. Inner work tools that you can access via your cell phone. And it's so important. Let me tell you what inner work is. Inner work really is when you identify any challenges in your life, whether it's internal or external, or something that's just really, getting under your skin and bothering you. You just go within and you do the work. And it doesn't even have to be something that gets under your skin and bother you. It could just be something that you need to heal, or something that you need to process through. And so what you do is you actually do just that. You go within and you start doing the processes, and like I said, the tips and the tools and all the things that I personally share. But there are so many tools, and that's why I wanted to share with you tonight these particular tools that you can use straight from your cell phone, so you don't have to feel like, I can't do this. I'm in this alone. I don't know where to start. I'm even going to share with you how to identify the places that you need to start. But for the most part, what I want to do is get into these 5 tips on, 5 tools that you can use on your cell phone, your actual cell phone, so you don't have any excuse. Almost everybody has a cell phone, so you don't have any excuse to not do the inner work. It's really about making time for yourself and giving yourself, I would say, an hour a day to just go within and be with yourself, and use these tips to move your life forward and to, again, heal yourself. And so the first one is YouTube. And so, like I said, I post these videos on YouTube on Mondays. So if you are watching this and you are on YouTube, you are actually and you've been following my channel, then you've been doing the inner work. If you've actually not just listened, but actually wrote the notes and implemented something that you learned from watching this video, or my videos here on my YouTube channel, and even on Instagram. So we could say social media, but specifically I'm talking about YouTube, where you can listen to videos, and you can watch videos, and you can learn practices and learn things that can help you in doing the inner work for whatever particular area or areas of your life that you need healing in. So YouTube is a great one. And just let me go ahead and plug in, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So as my youngest grand always says, what she say, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell button. So be sure to do all of that so that you can get notifications on when new videos come out. I generally put new videos out. This video that you're watching every Monday morning. So we do live on Fridays on Instagram, and then the videos are available on YouTube Monday mornings. But there are so many wonderful videos and so many wonderful souls who are very intentional about helping people do the inner work and helping people to heal and helping people to be empowered and helping people to, embrace and accept and love themselves. So I highly encourage you to just go on YouTube whenever you need some inner work guidance for yourself. So that's the first tool. The second tool is podcasts. I love listening to podcasts. I actually listen to podcasts through Google Podcasts. But whatever your podcast platform is, you can go on there and you can listen to inspirational messages. So if you are on the go, and maybe let's say you don't have time to sit down and watch a YouTube video, while you're on the go, you can listen to a podcast on the way to work, on the way home from work, or just sitting at your desk, and you can listen to a podcast. And what this will do is it will give you some insight and some information, and pardon me, perhaps it could even, spark something inside of you that kind of recollects maybe, where the issue came from or how you can resolve the issue that you may have, or just how you can love yourself even more. It's not just about, resolving issues, but it's also about self-care, making sure that you are paying attention to yourself. You understand what maybe your triggers are and how to deal with those. So it's so much. Inner work is so vast because all of us are different people, and we have different lives and different conditions and different situations. So if you listen, as you're listening, what can happen is something will be ignited in you that can assist you in your inner work. So that is number two. The second tool that you can use on your cell phone is podcasts. The third tool is e-readers or ebook readers is what I'm trying to say. Ebook readers or even audio book platforms. So the three that I normally talk about and use are, I use Nook e-reader. I also use Kindle. I don't use Kindle as much as Nook because when Nook first came out, I had a lot of books there, and I still go and read some of those books on now my iPad. But you can actually get the Nook app, or you can get the Kindle Reader app. Also, you can do what's another one? Hoopla. Hoopla is library based. And so it's free. And what you can do with Hoopla is you can put in your library card information, and then you can basically check out books and then return those books. But it's virtual ebooks. So use those platforms. And like I said, I'm going to share with you in the end how you can identify maybe what you need to work on when it comes to doing the inner work. But you just go and read self-help books in that particular area. Also, Audible is a great one to listen to any books. And also, I like to use LibriVox because I like to read old genre of mind science books. That's my favorite genre, mind science. So it would be Neville Goddard, Genevieve Bernard, and who else? Napoleon Hill and Robert Collier and what's his name? Murphy. Is it James Murphy? Not James. What's his name? It's right here. It's Joseph Murphy. So those are the people that I like to listen to, and a lot of their books are on LibriVox, and so I get a chance to listen to the audio. You can also YouTube certain books, and there are audio versions of books, but listen to something. It's really good for you to put it in your ears, because that's how you build your belief, and that's also how you build your faith. So if you're facing something, or if you know that there's an area of your life that you need to do the inner work in, you're gonna have to do the work, the physical work, by actually listening to something that's going to spark again the change that you need in your life. So that is number three. The fourth one is your calendar or scheduler. Because what you'll need to do is you need to actually schedule time for self-care, schedule time to do the inner work. We don't put ourselves in our schedules enough. I think that we, so quick to, and I know I've been guilty of this, and I schedule everything for everybody, and then I have to make sure that I take time for myself. And so using your calendar to put in your self-care, whatever that looks like for you, but put yourself in your calendar. And also another thing that you can do in your calendar is, or in your phone, connected to your calendar, is put like a daily reminder. And that whenever that daily reminder go off, what you can do is you can actually just check in with yourself or do a body scan. So checking in with yourself means, how am I feeling right now? Who am I being right now? What am I doing right now? Is this in alignment with my true authentic self? Is this in alignment with my healed self, or whatever it is? Or is this in alignment with the person that I am working to become? Whatever, but check in with yourself. Another thing that you can do is you can do a body scan and check in with your body as well. So have those reminders, and then just take a couple of minutes and sit still. Take some deep breaths and just scan your body. Go from the top of your head and just go down, and just pay attention to how your body is feeling. Whatever your body is telling you, maybe you feel thirsty and you need more water. Whatever it is, just listen to and take time out to pay attention to your body and make the connection with your body. So that's what you have to, that's what you can do with your calendar, is make time for self-care, but also make time for check-ins, emotional check-ins, physical check-ins, even mental check-ins, where you're just making sure that you're okay mentally, and that you can, you can, I'm going to say, hone in on the strength or the power that you need to make it through a specific thing that you may be facing in the moment, or just, just to get through the rest of the day. So it's totally up to you, whatever it is that you need. So that's the fourth one. And then the fifth one is one of my favorites, and something I started doing a few years ago, and that is your voice recorder. Voice recorders, almost all phones, I believe, have a voice recorder. And all you have to do is start recording your thoughts, recording how you feel about conditions or situations, about how you feel about yourself, and celebrating yourself, celebrating your accomplishments, and all of that. What voice recording has done for me is it's helped me to find my voice and identify, whenever I feel a certain kind of way and I grab my voice recorder and I start talking, it helps me to talk through whatever the thing or condition or situation is. But also what it's done is it's helped me in being able to articulate now how I feel to the people in my life who I love, without feeling constrained in my voice, feeling like I gotta, hold tight or feel restricted. Because now I know what I need to say and how I need to say it, because I've done that to and for myself in my audio journals. So your voice recorder is a great inner work tool. Not only is it a great inner work tool, but like I say, it can help you find your voice. And a lot of us have issues because we have not been able to articulate how we feel about life or conditions or situations again. So with that, take a sip of tea right quick, even though I'm sweating. I want to talk about, how do you determine what you need to read or watch or listen to or anything. Basically, how to determine the inner work that you need to do for yourself. Number one, the first thing that you need to do is pray. Pray and ask God to help you in whatever it is that you feel that you need to work on, or even if you don't know, help you to identify what you need to work on. And also understand too that it's not just you working on it by yourself. You're always working in sync with God. You are working with God. You and God are partners in your life. And so not only are you praying and asking, hey, show me what it is that's causing me to maybe run into this wall every time, or causing me to have this type of reaction, or whatever it is, ask God, but also work with God. Meaning, and even ask God, what videos do I need to watch? What ebooks do I need to read, or whatever? Know this too. Let me just put a little balance with this, because you don't always have to have outside stimulus. You don't have to have YouTube. You don't have to have these things. When you go within, you have all of the answers and all the tools within you. You can get the insight, but these tools are available to you just in case you need some help. And that's what it's all about, is really helping you in moving through those spaces in your life. So that is number one. Number two is you want to figure out what your biggest need is. So like I said, if you're feeling some kind of way, or if something is coming up for you and it's a constant issue, then that's probably your biggest need. If it's a constant thing that you're constantly facing, or you're constantly finding yourself running into every single time, that's probably your biggest need, whether it's emotional, whether it's relationship, whether it is physical, whether it is mental, whatever, that's probably where your biggest need is. And so whatever that is, then you need to go and find something. So for me, my biggest need years ago was self-love. I actually needed to learn how to love myself and learn how to appreciate myself and how to value myself, because up until that point in my life, I didn't really honor and love myself. And so it took a book called Healed Without Scars by David G. Evans to come into my life. And when I read that book, it shined a light on me. But the biggest need that I knew that I had at that time was I needed self-love. Maybe you don't need self-love. Maybe you need to do some inner child work and heal some scars maybe that you have in your life from, or wounds rather, that you have in your life from needing to be held or needing to be validated by your parents or something like that. So whatever your biggest need is, that's what you work on. And then the third way for you to figure out what you need, what inner work you need to do, is follow the feeling. Follow the feeling. I always say that our feelings, they show up for a very valid reason. They show us what we need to work on. They show us what we need to give attention to. And so whatever you're feeling, if you, and especially your dominant feeling about yourself, whatever that dominant feeling about yourself, or about a condition, or about a situation, or about a person, whatever that dominant feeling is, then that's something that you need to do the inner work for. So if your dominant feeling is agitation, there may be something within you that you need to check, or you need to heal. Or if your dominant feeling is jealousy, there may be something in you that you need to check and that you need to heal. So you start doing the inner work to heal that. And again, those tools, the YouTube and the audio books and the ebooks and all the things that I talked about, those are ways and tools for you to use. So you don't always need to have a coach, but it's good to have a coach. It's good to have a therapist. It's good to have someone in your life to help guide you. But if you don't have that, or if you can't afford that, you have tools. That's the biggest thing I want you to understand, is that you have tools. And so with that, that's really all I wanted to share this week. I didn't really want to go into, a class or anything, but I do want to invite you to join me tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time for my weekly Inner Glow Confidence Call. We are on part 5, I think, of 7 traits of a healed woman, and that's been so powerful. I don't have my notes here next to me to share those 7 traits with you, but they have been actually, here we go. I have my notebook. Let's see here. They have been very powerful, and some really good inner work that you can do. Trait number 1 is she recognizes when the ego is at play, and she can do self-correction. Trait number 2 is she does not compare herself to others. Trait number 3 was, what was trait number 3? I do so many classes. I have so many notes. Trait number 3 was understanding that it's not you, it's them. You like it's the people around you. You don't have to be affected by what they say, because their behavior is a reflection of them, not a reflection of you. So that was number 4, number 3, whatever that was. That was number 3. Number 4 is she doesn't place unrealistic expectations on herself. Number 5 is she understands and knows. Number 5 is, and this is what we're going to talk about tomorrow night, is that she recognizes her feelings and she knows how to communicate her feelings. And so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But I want to invite you to join us for those classes. They are so powerful. They're absolutely free. I usually post the information here on Instagram, and I will also post it in my feed on YouTube. So you can, if those of you who are watching this on YouTube, just check back to my community feed and you'll see the call-in information. Again, it's absolutely free. The call lasts about 30 minutes. And then after the call, I like to open the lines for Q&A to really just be a coach, and answer any questions that you may have. So with that, that's all I have. Thank you, Melanie, for joining me. And thank you for those of you who are watching the replay. I appreciate you. I want you to know that you are the work of God, and God's work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. Have a great weekend. Take care.